Okay, Sunday, so I'm going to do a lower body circuit, various squats, back extensions, swings, and that's it. Yeah, squats, back extensions, swings, but the squats are going to be a variety. So hopefully I can get this heavy sandbag on the go. Now this sandbag I've removed the rags and just squashed it down and put some tape on it, so hopefully it works, but I've not used it yet, so we'll see. And it's only going to be 1 or 2 reps anyway, just too heavy as it stands. Okay, so I say a circuit idea, but it's going to be it's not going to be rushed. It's not going to be made into cardio. I'm doing loads of cardio. I've just done 1,000 meters on the road just to warm up, pretty easy. Yesterday I did an hour, so alternating between sort of like 15 minutes running around the local park, 15 minutes rower, 15 minutes run, 15 minutes park. That's quite interesting. Nice contrast, especially now the weather's gone a bit crappy, so you don't have to spend so much time outside. But yeah, good stuff. Okay, so first set is going to be simply squats with holding a 10k plate, so that's going to get me in the zone hopefully. This first set will be awful with all the big squats. Getting into it. So 3-minute timer, no great rush. Okay, let's go. Okay, 15, I'll do. So the back extension, I'm going to do with 24 kilo bell. Okay, as I said, I've done a kilometre on the rower, so I should be warmed up. And the only thing that I'm worried about really is the heavy squat. Don't know how that's going to pan out. Previously, when it was packed out with rags, it was very easy to get your arms around it. It would squash, and so like the circumference would reduce. But now it's like solid sand, and it's really hard to get my hands around it. So might not work out. We'll see. You gotta try these things, you know. I say I'm doing loads of cardio, and I'm trying to get the fat down. So all this strength stuff, it's taking a bit of a hit in that regard. Okay, put together this. It's a 24 kilo belt. Holding the belt is a hard bit. Bulgarian split squat. So this is a novelty for me. Everybody seems to love one-legged training, and everybody seems to have special with Bulgarian split squat. I'm no student. I've always found it to be very awkward. I didn't really fit into my mentality of heavy lifting, but I keep saying, now that I'm knocking on the door of 60, I'm very much revising my ideas towards general health and fitness. Not really heavy stuff, really. I mean, might be heavy for somebody, I don't know. So all these things are relative. And what's heavy? It's relative, isn't it? It's relative to you. But I'm much more willing now to think in terms of lightweight and balance and all that sort of stuff. But I don't think getting older is particularly affecting my balance. I've just never been good at balancing on one leg and doing an exercise. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use this as a sort of like a bit of a prop. I'll try to not use it hard, so basically not use it to do the lift, just to give a little bit of support if required. Okay. Put that there, that might be about right, I'm guessing. Okay, fairly good anyway. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I wasn't relying on this to lift me, just to keep me stable. And done in that fashion, it's very stable. So yeah, it's not for the purists, obviously. But I'm not competing for getting split squat. I've only done one leg, and a little bit later on, well, further down the circuit, I'll do the other side. Now you might think, wow, that's not very good, just 10 reps body weight, but you've got to start somewhere. Yeah, no use triple myself first time out. So that really is the first time I've done Bulgarian split squats in a very long time. I think maybe the reality is it's a knee issue, and knee pain. But as I say, I think it's all part of growing older, facing your demons, sorting out what needs to be sorted out. Knee pain problem. Let's have at it. Let's confront it. Okay, this one's really a hard-headed one, isn't it? Just concentrate. I've now got 55 kilos on this swing. Now that's not. I can't remember ever going beyond 60 kilos. This is 55. So I don't know how, I can say it under 10. I'm going to guess under 10. That's probably it actually. Yeah. So the top weight originally was a 20 kilo, but it had a bit of rubber around it. So the rubber's obviously disintegrated over time, and I hacked off the last bit. Then on top of that, there are a pair of 10s and a 15. So I reckon that with the handle compensates for the missing rubber, so 55 kilos I'm calling it. Might be more, I'm not sure. I just go by the I just go by the plates. So it's 55 kilos in plates. If I take the top plate, it's 20 kilos. They'll take missing rubber. Okay, so we're getting into this circuit now, and as I get deeper into it, it gets a little bit heavier and harder. So the next thing is the sandbag squat with the 100-pound bag. Now I recently weighed it in at 43 kilos. So see what I can do with it. So I think very recently I did I think it was the 43 kilo bag and a 5 kilo vest. I probably get in sets of 5 I think. But this time around it's just a bag. No need for the vest I think, because I'm going to go heavier on the heavier sandbag. Just do the bag, see what happens. Another hard 10. Oh. Okay. So What's hard? So I'm going to do the other leg on the split squats. So I believe this leg forward. So I'll give myself a bit of a break using these split squats between the heavy squats. So this one's left leg up. It's about there it should be. Let's standardise this. Left leg up, I believe. Oh, that knocked me back. I have to check back on my previous videos, but that's probably a PR. Hard to track it because I keep putting little bits of sand in it, and it's you know, it's the heaviest it's been. So I'm going to guess that was the thing I've ever done. Yeah, I've not been doing it long, so it's no great achievement, but I'm going to guess that that's a step forward. 10 reps with that one. Okay, so I want 10 reps with this now. Woo. Yeah, not bad. I mean, I wouldn't say it was that easy. You know, this stage, anything that's novel, pretty difficult. You've just not got the neural connections. You've just not got the mind-muscle connections. Yeah, that's what comes with practice. But, yeah, it's good stuff. So I think the little compromise with the stick is a good idea, at least for the time being anyway. Who knows what future holds. Okay, so this is going to be the thing that humbles me, I think. So this sandbag. So previously it was higher up, you know, it was taller, and I've crushed it down, put tape around it. So it's still too heavy for me. I need to, you know, for squatting anyway. It's all right for carrying, but now I'm more enthralled by the squatting idea. I think the carrying is pretty, you know, you can cover that with farmer's walks. Might not be exactly the same, but it's more or less. So this one, I don't know what's going to happen here. You know, just getting my arms around it is an absolute nightmare. This is too big for me, and I'm too short-armed. Wherever. You know, this is a bag for a 6'5" strongman. You know, with a wingspan. It's like, you know, like the stone lifting at the end. Go on then, see what I can just get my hand around it. Oh. 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 Hey. I'm going to say better than I expected. Oh, I've got a shoulder pain. Just trying to hold the thing. What can I say? I mean, definitely it's better than it was. You know, when it was really tall and I was holding it in such a way that I could not get to, you know, a natural depth because the bag would hit the floor. But that one, you know, I could go down to my natural depth. You know, maybe I could have got further, I don't know, but that's not really relevant. As far as my body would naturally go without pushing it, without straining it, and it was well off the floor. So I'm going to take that as being a success for the time being anyway. Something to work on, but 3 reps. Yeah, no, good. So that takes me, so that's the culmination of the circuit, you know, the start of the show if you like. So that takes me now to the beginning. So I'm going to do another circuit. So I think very likely I'm only going to do 2 circuits, but after that I'm going to do a bunch of farmers walks, a lot of them. So between these couple of circuits and the farmers walks, that should be a decent whole body session. But yeah, I'm thinking, you know, that was an absolute, that was hard. You know, both you know, the set of 3 and the set of 10 were hard. So I don't want to crush it with volume today. Okay, so let's do this again. We're back at the beginning again, as I was. Oh. Okay, 16. First rep I put it a bit short, so I actually touched this machine. So whether or not that was 15 or 16 is debatable. Doesn't matter. Okay. Extension. So last time I got 11. I've just realised I'm filming this on an iPad and the volume is terrible, so you probably miss a lot of what I said. but not to worry. So I'm on the second circuit. I'm only going to do 2. I'm going to follow that through with a lot of farmers walks, so that will make it a decent volume session. So I've just done either 15 or 16 reps on the squat holding a 10 kilo plate, but as I say, it's only a light squat. I'm not going to worry too much about the exact number of reps. So now I'm getting more into it. So this I've got 11 reps last time, so let's see if we can get 11 again. So obviously, as you work through a circuit, and if you can match the number before, you're actually working harder because of fatigue. But 11 it is. 11 is the target. Yeah, just go hard set. So, split squat, right leg up. So, whether or not doing this body weight is doing anything as regards strength or hypertrophy, probably doubtful, dubious. But what I think it probably will do is improve my knees. But anyway, I will endeavour to progress it over time. So should be part of the repertoire. Part of the all man repertoire. So much more cautious, let's say. Right leg up. Just about there. I need to mark this up so I can standardise every time. That's always in that hand. I can standardise every time I do the movement. 2 marks, 1 mark put on the sheet and 1 mark for my leading foot. Carbon copy reps every time. Like what to machine. I realise you can probably hear very little of what I'm saying. Sorry about that. Usually I film these on a phone, but the phone is not properly charged, so I'm using the iPad. Okay, right leg up. Let's get 10. You can see my hand, I just open my hand up most of the time. I'm not supporting on this, just in case my balance goes. Okay, 10 reps. Yeah, so hopefully it's doing my knees some good. So after the fairly lightweight, the heavy swing. So I've got a good bit of respite. I'll do this 55 kilo swing. So this is a challenge, 55 kilos on this thing. And I say 55 kilos in plates. The top plate is a bit light because it's missing some rubber, but add on to that the weight of the handle, so I reckon 55 kilos is quite conservative. So last time I got 9 reps. So I don't know if see if I can force myself to 10, hopefully. That might be asking a lot. But I like it's a round number, isn't it? Yeah. 9 is neither here nor there. 10 is a destination. Same as 5 reps. 5 reps, 10 reps, I suppose. 1, 3, 5, 10. 15, 20. Yeah, something about them. Yeah, those are targets. I counted 10. I think these swings are probably as good as I've ever been. Can't really remember going beyond 60 kilos. Problem being is that go beyond a certain weight, it might be strength related, I'm not sure, but I find go beyond a certain weight and you lose control of it. The actual thing is moving you rather than you moving the thing. Okay. So what comes next is another hard one. So maybe better programming would be to put a light one now after that heavy swing. So light and then go heavy on the squat, but no, this is what it is, so this is what I'm going to do. So last time on this squat I got 10 reps and that was a hard 10. It was not at all easy to get 10 reps on that squat. I suspect that was the best so far, I think, probably. I need to look back to confirm that, but I think it was. I think that was a PB, which is not saying much. I've only been doing these squats about a month, so you know, sandbag squatting, it's all still pretty new to me. But yeah, from the beginning, you know, I recognise it. This is a really good move. Definitely a very good move. And if I ever see a cheap leverage squat machine, I'll buy it. But I think in the meanwhile, this is doing it. You know, it's getting the loading off your spine, which I don't think you need. You know, especially at an advanced age when your discs are drying out. Okay, that was harder than the first one. So now I've got a fairly easy move. So split squat, left leg up. So yeah, that was tough. So very near the end of this circuit idea, but as I said, I'm not finishing until I do some farmers walks. So I'll do those short walks, EMOM. Yeah, that was harder than I thought it would be. That's the thing about squats in general, isn't it? You know, you get about halfway and it feels really, really hard, but you can always go a lot further. It just feels really, really hard. Okay, so I said left leg up, didn't I? Right, go on then. Left leg up, 10 reps. Yep, good stuff. Okay, that was quite a gentle one, just to lead me into the heavy squat. So the whole circuit leads up to this heavy squat. It's all basically, well, I suppose from the first in the first circuit anyway. First circuit, it's all climbing the ladder of heavier and heavier. So start off very light, end up really heavy. So this final sandbag squat. Go on, Puggington, I can't leave you there. You got to move. Sorry, kiddo. Sorry, doggy. Old dog. Yeah. So this is a hard one. So I think last time I got 3 reps, which I think if I can replicate 3, that would be a good attempt. That would be a good effort. Problem, as I said before, getting my arms around it. It's just too big. Just too. Circumference is just too much for my short arms. So I'm not really getting I can't lock my grip. Just do what I can, simple as that. Come on then, let's do it. 4. Yes, good stuff. No joke, 4. Yeah, so yeah, it won't be long before I'm knocking out sets of 5, multiple sets of 5. But that's hard squatting. Even though, you know, the thing about the bar, you know, the bar is like the ideal way to lift, isn't it? You know, it gives you every advantage possible. It's like the easiest way to lift a heavy weight, but yeah, sandbag's a different matter altogether. It's like, I don't know, it's like picking some drunk off the street. And you're the drunk. Okay, so let me straighten the ways and get some farmer's walks in. I'm going to do these EMOM, so one short walk on the minute. So let's have a look. That's it. EMOM. Problem is, this timer's not very loud, and I don't know if you can see it from up there, but I'll do my best. Get some chalk on. Okay, yeah, it's not bad. So, if I put that there. So I think each one of these is now, well, 43.5 kilos in plates, plus whatever the bar is. I'm missing it, come on. Yeah, 43.5 kilos each. So that's going to do 10 today. 10 up and down. So 10 minutes, EMOM, and if that's fairly easy I'll put some more weight on them. And I'll stick to this. So a 10-minute finisher seems pretty appealing. Nice. Nothing to dread. It's alright. But yeah, I'm getting a bit of sweat on. So that's 5. About the only decent use I've ever found for these, you know, these cheap, I don't know, tricep bars. I think they cut the shoulders. Just been gathering dust for a long time, but not bad for farmers' walks. You get a lot of space for walking, better than dumbbells or kettlebells. Okay, that must be 7. Nearly there. So, start the bottom top. That's it. So. Not too challenging. I mean, they're alright. I'm not dismissing them. I'm not writing them off as a joke, but not too challenging as they are. I could definitely stand to start, put a little bit more weight on, build it up a bit more. Okay, one more rep and I've done. Yeah, definitely get the heart rate up as well. I'm not convinced that this sort of movement, where you sort of do like, I don't know, 20 seconds of effort, 40 seconds of rest. Yeah, I'm not convinced that it has the same effect as continual cardio. But it must have some effect, must have something in that regard. Okay, finish it, let's do it. Last bit, easy peasy, come on. So I'm going to say that with that 10-minute finisher, that was probably an effective lower body workout. And in fact, just to extend the fun, I'm going to finish off. So I've not had this on film before, so my rowing machine. So this is a very recent acquisition. Well, I did actually film the thing that, you know, say that I bought it, but I never filmed myself on it. So I'm going to do a very quick 1,000 meters as another finisher. So it's finishing the finisher. So yet more finisher. But 1,000 meters is an easy. Doesn't take long. I don't know, 5-6 minutes, whatever, 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm not going to belt it. Maybe right at the end I'll give it a bit of welly. But I'm just doing it as a little smidgen of cardio at the end, just to get the blood throughout the body, hopefully help recovery. Okay, as I say, so 1,000 meters, nothing to it. This was not a long thing. Okay, well past 100 meters, won't take long at all. $200. Heart rate's 135, not bad. Top end of zone 2. $300. Can't see the heart rate, just curious. Okay, 135 still. 400. 500, I'll get to 800, I'll do a fast 100, and on the remaining 100, I'll slow it down to finish. No big deal, but it's a beautiful machine, feels absolutely fine. $600. I've used Concept 2 for years, and this is every bit as good. The only thing is you don't get the you know, the competitive sporting infrastructure around it, but for your own individual purposes, 700 meters, this is excellent. So I'll get to 800, I'll whip out a quick 100 and then dwindle into a kilometre. Okay. So I was giving that some crap and it was absolutely stable. 155 on the heart rate. So there was no movement whatsoever of the machine. It's like a tank. Okay, a couple of meters and I'm done. that's it. Finito. Okay, showing me a heart rate of 140 now, even after the respite. So the total time of the workout, so including an initial 1 kilometre that you didn't see, so you saw everything apart from the initial 1 kilometre on the road. So 1 hour 12 minutes. Okay. My Garmin watch says that to recover from that, I need 19 hours, which is nothing, is it? You know, basically telling me you could do it all over again tomorrow, easily. Yeah, I think yeah, that's fine if you're just thinking about the you know, the heart rate, etc. But if you think about, you know, if you're thinking about getting some hypertrophy out of it, you know, I don't think back to back is the way to go. But you know, as regards the ability to replicate that workout, according to Garmin watch, I could do that in 19 hours. You know, for what it's worth, anyway. For what it's worth. So, all in all, a fairly moderate workout, but you know, there were elements of it that were very, very difficult. So the sandbag squatting in particular, sandbag squatting, the heavy swinging, that was definitely kick to the guts, a kick to the guts, not a punch, a kick to the guts. Definitely hard work, but yeah, love it, definitely. So to me, you know, this is, I don't know, you know, it's up to you as an individual to, you know, come to your own understanding of these things. But to me, after all these years, you know, this is a fantastically, I don't know, antidote to everything else in my life. It's, you know, it's sort of like, if I get this out of the way, I'm not saying get it out of the way. If I, you know, I actively enjoy the process. It's not bad at all. You know, obviously, you know, there's a certain pain aspect to it, but it's not like, you know, other pains. This is control. This is up to you. You are in charge of it. You are mastering it. You don't, you know, if you wanna quit, you quit. It's up to you. You're not a slave to the pain. It's you're the master of it. But what I'm trying to say is that you know, the process itself I find relatively enjoyable. Yeah, and once I get it out of the way, you know, I am perfectly happy to you know, meander through life, you know, in sort of like second gear, you know, taking things very, very easy. You know, I'm not utterly sedentary. I think that's a very bad idea. But you know, the actual, you know, again, the watches actually tell you to get up and walk about a bit. But you know, it's sort of like 1 or 2 minutes, and that's all you need. You know, so on the hour or something, you know, something of that nature. You know, every hour or so, it will tell you, you know, you know, move. You just do 1 or 2 minutes walking. That's all it is. 2 minutes of walking at most, and that's it. You know, you can lounge around all day. And I find that once I've sort of like settled this part of my day, which I usually do fairly early on. Once I've got this out of the way, you know, everything else just sort of like fades into easy. There's nothing compares to killing yourself on you know, big weights or sprinting on rollers or whatever. No, or very little anyway. You know, obviously there are the odd elements in life, that odd rare occurrences that really, yeah, bring you to your knees, I suppose. You know, you don't get many car crashes and divorces and I don't know, dead relatives and the like in your life, but when they come, they're bad, aren't they? But you know, for normal day-to-day living, you know, very little compares to the sort of like the stress and the effort level that you can put into training. So you just get over this hurdle, and the rest of your day is a breeze. But you know, I don't know. I've never really. I can't say that I've ever really experienced anything like depression or, you know, mental problems or anything like that. You know, obviously, you know, you have all that stress and, you know, things have gone wrong. You know, I don't want to talk about, you know, the sort of like the low points of life. You know, we've all experienced the low points of our own personal lives, but I won't classify any of it as some sort of a, you know, disease or whatever, or a medical condition or anything like that. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you know, part of that, you know, avoiding those conditions comes with the you know, the regular, I don't know, obsessive training. yeah. You know, enthusiasm for training. You know, the love of the game. That's it. It's the love of the game. So I think, you know, I think it's a cure-all. I really do. Yeah. Maybe once you get the issues, it doesn't cure them, but it certainly, I would say it's the best thing you can do to prevent them in the first place. Yeah. Or, you know, yeah, think about it a little bit more profoundly. You know, it's the double punch of exercise and diet. You know, good, hard, enthusiastic exercise, taken beyond going beyond through the motions. You know, having a real go at it, and natural food. You know, so without getting into the sort of like, you know, the intricacies of diet. You know, natural food, not the stuff that comes in a package with 500 ingredients. Stuff that is simple. Yeah. I mean, most of it is you know, it's pretty intuitive. Yeah, you know when you're working hard, you know when you're eating right. Yeah. And if you want the tip top athletic